Mitt Romney's a Republican, so he has decided to do what a Republican would do and immediately support Trump's decision to push for a Supreme Court nominee to get confirmed. Romney says that he's in favor of holding a vote in the Senate to confirm whoever Donald Trump decides to nominate to the Supreme Court to fill Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg's vacant seat. Now, here's what he had to say. My liberal friends, we have over many decades gotten very used to the idea of having a liberal court, but that's not written in the stars. It's appropriate for a nation that is center-right to have a court which reflects center-right points of view. He also made similar statements in a video. Let's take a quick look at that.
Back in 2016, the message was, let the voters decide. And that was 8 months before an election. We're less than 2 months before an election. Why is it appropriate now, even in divided government, why is it appropriate now to not let the voters decide?
I think at this stage it's appropriate to look at the Constitution and to look at the precedent which has existed since the beginning of our country's history. And in a circumstance where a nominee of a president is from a different party than the Senate, then more often than not, the Senate does not confirm. So the Garland decision was consistent with that. On the other hand, when there's a nominee of a party that is in the same party as the Senate, then typically they do confirm. So the Garland decision was consistent with that, and the decision to proceed now with the President Trump's nominee is also consistent with history. I came down on the side of the Constitution and precedent as I've studied it, and make the decision on that basis.
By the way, one other thing I wanted to just quickly note, Lincoln Project has been incredibly quiet lately. Turns out all it takes is a vacancy in the Supreme Court for them to immediately pivot toward either being silent in their opposition to Donald Trump or even maybe supporting Donald Trump, right? Complete silence. That's why, hey, Democratic Party, wakey, wakey, Republicans are not your friends. They're not your friends. They're not. They don't care about your ideology. They don't care about what you want to accomplish policy-wise. They might momentarily think that Trump is a threat and they might think they want to oppose him. But when push comes to shove, when it comes to filling a vacant Supreme Court seat, which will impact this country for decades to come, they'll support Trump. And that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, so I'll do my own plug here. Instead of helping Lincoln Project, help rebellionpact.com, and you'll be much better off because we're fighters and we fight for progressives. But back to Mitt Romney, I gotta say I'm not at all surprised. I think that there's this false expectation which is partly based on the media. They keep saying, "Oh no, there's all these moderate Republicans. Wait till the moderate Republicans weigh in." What moderate Republicans? What are you talking about? So Mitt Romney is anti-choice. He's always been anti-choice. Look, I don't know. Before he got into politics, he was probably pro-choice. But ever since he decided he was going to be a Republican, he's been anti-choice. So of course he's going to confirm the nominee. What did you think was going to happen? And look, it's this group thing that drives me nuts. It takes smart people and makes them dumb. There's all this talk of Chuck Grassley. You never know what Chuck Grassley's gonna do. Chuck Grassley's a moderate Republican. On which planet? Chuck Grassley has spent the last 4 years inside Donald Trump's anus. No, he's done everything Trump has asked him to do. And by the way, he was never a moderate. He's always been just as right wing as any other Republican senator. And then, so you got Collins and Murkowski, 2 votes, by the way, they don't need. So then McConnell goes, you're the 2 who get to pretend to be moderate to win your elections because we don't need your votes. Everybody else, shut up and do as you're told. And they're super
keep your powder dry.
Yeah, and so for the rest of the media, you still haven't caught on to this game. My God, you suck at your job. So I could have told you ahead of time, which I often do, that Romney wasn't gonna vote. Because this isn't about Trump. This isn't about voting against Trump. This is about a Supreme Court seat. There ain't no Republican who's gonna vote against a right winger filling that seat and then win a primary. God, man, do you guys know anything about politics? So
yeah,
that's I get so frustrated at the media that perpetuates that myth, the mythology that Republicans are decent and moderate people when they have never shown that to be the case.
And look, the reason why they do it, whether it's intentional or unintentional, but this is the underlying reason the media does it, is because it creates that like drama, right? And it's like the Susan Collins pens a scathing rebuttal of Donald Trump. Like, and then you read it and Susan Collins is like, I don't agree with Donald Trump. That's not scathing. And they want to like drum up like this soap opera drama, when in reality, they're all in cahoots, right? If Susan Collins or Lisa Murkowski looked at the polling and they found that Donald Trump is actually very popular in their states, their messaging would be very different, right? These people are not principled politicians, okay? They're self-interested, self-enriching robots. They don't care about representing the best interests of their constituents. They don't care about what's in the best interest of the country or making sure that they're protecting people's constitutional rights. They don't care, okay? Yeah. These are politicians who are robots who are only concerned about their own political careers and their self-interested, period. That is it. And that is the problem with our political system right now.
Real quick, let me make another point about Mitt Romney. So when Mitt Romney, before he got into politics, I believe there were pictures of him or checks or whatever, where him or his wife sent to Planned Parenthood, something along those lines. Don't quote me on it because I don't have it in front of me here. But I know that when he was running, when he was governor, when he was running for governor of Massachusetts, he needed to pretend to be more moderate or liberal Republican. So then he said he wanted abortions to be safe and legal. Then when he started running for president, people were like, oh, I wonder what he's going to do. Are you stupid? I know what he's gonna do. I can tell you ahead of time. He's gonna switch to being anti-choice because you have no chance of winning a Republican primary for president if you're pro-choice. So of course, Mitt Romney, because he's pretty much just as sleazy as any other politician, switched and pretended that he was anti-choice. So, and since Mitt Romney can't let go of the dream of power, and that's why he got back into the Senate. He doesn't care how old he is. He's like, oh, precious. He thinks he's still gonna run for president. You're not gonna vote against a right-wing, anti-choice nominee for the Supreme Court if you're a Republican senator dreaming of running for president again. It's not a thing. Stop pretending he has principles or that he cares about policy or he cares about issues. And the last part of this theatrics is, look, everybody gets their talking points. The Republicans have this talking point, and soon you will start to see MSNBC hosts telling you how, oh, well, I guess there was nothing the Democrats could do. Because that's the next part of the play. The play starts with a lot of action, like, oh my God, this is gonna be such a big drama. Can the Democrats block this seat? Or the Republicans gonna be hypocrites? Where pretty much the only channel to tell you, none of that is true. There is no drama. The Republicans will definitely push to fill the seat. They will definitely be hypocritical. We were 100% right about that. The Democrats will pretend they're gonna fight, but then they'll ask for money and votes and then surrender immediately, which we were right about. They already surrendered in the first 48 hours, took almost all options off the table. And now the next part of the play is MSNBC and CNN telling you how great the Democratic leadership is and how they're lions in fighting back, but poor guys, they just really have nothing at their disposal and there's nothing they could do and you should accept surrender. That's how this game is played. So the Republicans will get what they want because they're all in on it. It's all kabuki theater.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.